Good morning. Today we'll start with the second law of thermodynamics. The topic is the Carnot heat engine. The hypothetical heat engine that operates on reversible Carnot cycle is Carnot heat engine. The thermal efficiency of heat engine is 1 minus QL by QH, where QL is the heat rejected and QH is the heat transferred to the heat engine. For reversible heat engines, the heat transfer in the above ratio can be replaced with the temperature. So efficiency thermal reversible is equal to 1 minus TL by TH. This relation is often referred to as the Carnot efficiency. Since the Carnot heat engine is the best known engine, reversible engine, so this is the highest efficiency a engine operating between the thermal energy reservoir at temperature TL and TH can achieve. So this is here highest temperature 1000, suppose the lowest temperature is 300. The Carnot engine is the most efficient, and the efficiency of Carnot engine here is 70%. So the maximum efficiency which we can achieve is with the Carnot engine. Irreversible engine efficiency is less than Carnot engine efficiency. It means efficiency above this 70% is not possible. So this heat engine with 80% efficiency is not possible. So means if we have to compare the internal combustion engine power plant cycle, you can compare this with the maximum efficiency, that is the Carnot efficiency. Means 100% is not possible in case of cyclic work. Most work producing devices heat engine in operation today has efficiency under 40%, which appear low relative to 100. However, when the performance of actual heat engine is assessed, the efficiency should not be compared to 100%. Instead, they should be compared to the efficiency of a reversible heat engine operating between the same temperature limits, because this is the true theoretical upper limit of the efficiency, not 100%. The maximum efficiency we had seen here is 70%. So compared to this 70%, 40% does not seem so bad, even though there is still plenty of room for improvement. The thermal efficiency of actual heat engine can be maximized by supplying heat to the engine at highest possible temperature and rejecting heat from the engine at the lowest possible temperature. Means to increase the efficiency, we can increase the temperature TH and lower the temperature value TL. The highest is the reservoir temperature, the more is the efficiency of the cycle, and the lowest is the heat reaction temperature, means your sink temperature. The higher will be your efficiency of the cycle. As from the above observation, we had seen that if you supply energy from higher temperature, the efficiency is more. It means the heat energy which is at high temperature has more quality as compared to heat energy which is at low temperature. So when we supply heat from this high temperature reservoir, this is in terms of some amount. Suppose higher temperature is 1000 Kelvin. So the amount of heat transferred in this case can be same when the TH is suppose 800 Kelvin. In both the case heat transfer can be same, but the highest efficiency is in case of 1000 Kelvin temperature compared to 800 Kelvin temperature. The Carnot heat engine receives heat from a source at 925 Kelvin and converts 67.2% of it to work while rejecting 32.8% to sink at 303 Kelvin. You can see this example. The first case, the heat supplied at 925 and rejected to 303 Kelvin. Now let us examine how the thermal efficiency varies with the source temperature when the sink temperature is held constant. Suppose this sink temperature is constant 303 Kelvin. We will change the source temperature to 800 Kelvin. The thermal efficiency of a Carnot heat engine that rejects heat to the sink at 303 Kelvin is evaluated at various source temperature and is listed. Clearly the thermal efficiency decreases as the source temperature is lowered. You can see with decrease in the source temperature TH, the thermal efficiency has decreased to the 13%. So when heat is supplied to heat engine at 500 instead of 925, for example, the thermal efficiency dropped from 67 to 39. That is the fraction of heat that can be converted to work drops to 39% when the temperature of source drops to 500 Kelvin. When the source temperature is 350 Kelvin, this fraction becomes mere 13.4%. These efficiency values show that energy has quality as well as quantity. It is clear from thermal efficiency values that more of the high temperature thermal energy can be converted to work. Therefore, higher is the temperature, higher is the quality of energy. Large quantity of solar energy, for example, can be stored in large body of water called solar panels about at 350 Kelvin. This stored energy can then be supplied to heat engine to produce work electricity. However, the efficiency of solar powered power plants is very low, under 5%, because of the low quality of energy stored in the source. Means that we had energy at 350 Kelvin, but it is not much of use because we know at 350 Kelvin the efficiency which is the highest in case of Carnot engine is 13.4. So the actual engines which we use to produce work at 350 Kelvin will give less energy, you can say less power out, 5% only, because of low quality of energy stored in source and the construction and maintenance costs are relatively high. Therefore they are not competitive even though the energy supply of such plants is free. You can see here, the higher the temperature of the thermal energy, the higher is the quality. Means if you increase the temperature in a cycle, the more is the, you can say, quality of heat and higher is the efficiency of the cycle. Work is more value form of energy than heat, since 100% of work cannot be converted to heat, but only a fraction of heat can be converted to work. When heat is transferred from a high temperature body to a low temperature one, it is degraded since less of it now can be converted to work. For example, 100 kJ of heat is transferred from a body at 1000 Kelvin to a body at 300 Kelvin. At the end, we will have 100 kJ of thermal energy stored at 300 Kelvin, which is not of practical use. Means if you will directly transfer 1000 Kelvin temperature heat to 300 Kelvin, means if we directly mix high temperature source to the sink, they won't produce any work, but the heat will be transferred, 100 kJ of heat transfer will from high temperature to the lower temperature, which is the, you can say, energy is conserved, what work is wasted without any producing work. The heat is transferred from high temperature source to low temperature source, which is no practical value. But if the conversion is made through a heat engine up to 1 minute, it means if we use a Carnot engine, we can obtain maximum 70% of into work, which is more valuable form of energy. Thus 70 kJ of work potential is wasted as a result of this heat transfer and energy is degraded. Still, you can say here, if 100 kJ out of 100 kJ of energy which is at 1000 Kelvin, we are able to convert only 70 kJ. 30 kJ which we had won't able to convert to work is transferred at low temperature to 300 Kelvin, which is not useful for us. So means overall in a nutshell, if you have heat at high temperature is more useful as compared to heat at the lower temperature. Quantity versus quality in daily life. At times of energy crisis, we are bombarded with speeches and articles on how to conserve energy, yet we all know the quality of energy is already conserved. Quantity of energy is already conserved. What is not conserved is quality. Means quantity of energy is constant, energy can't be created nor be destroyed, but quality is not conserved, or the work potential of energy. Wasting energy is synonymous to converting it to less useful form. 1 unit of high quality energy can be more valuable than 3 units of lower quality energy. For example, a finite amount of thermal energy at high temperature is more attractive to power plant engineers than a vast amount of thermal energy at low temperature, such as energy stored in the upper layers of oceans at tropical climates. We can also take example. Suppose at mountain we had a object having energy stored. If suppose take the example of water. So if we extract that energy of water with the help of turbine, so it is useful. But if the water comes from mountain to the ground without any useful work, so that power, you can say, amount of potential energy of water is wasted. So as a part of our culture, we seem to be fascinated by quantity. We are mostly affected by quantity and little attention is given to quality. However, quantity alone cannot give a whole picture and we need to consider quality as well. Means at what temperature energy is stored, that we have to also consider. Means the same quantity of energy is stored at 1000 Kelvin and same is stored at 300 Kelvin. So 1000 Kelvin energy stored at 1000 Kelvin is more valuable as compared to 300 Kelvin. That is, we need to look at something from both first and second law points of view when evaluating something. Even in non-technical areas, below we present some ordinary events and show their relevance to the second law of thermodynamics. It is tempting to judge things on basis of their quantity instead of their quality, since assuming quantity is much more difficult than assessing quantity. Assessing quality is much more difficult than assessing quantity. However, assessments made on the basis of quantity only, the first law, may be grossly ineducated and misleading. So this is all about the quality and quantity. Next is the Carnot refrigerator and heat pump. As we know, a refrigerator or heat pump that operates on reverse Carnot cycle is Carnot refrigerator or a Carnot heat pump. This is the performance of Carnot refrigerator. This is performance of Carnot heat pump. If higher temperature, say QH, will decrease and the lower temperature QL will increase, this value will decrease. If this value will decrease, the overall performance of refrigerator will increase. So it means where QL is the amount of heat absorbed from low temperature medium and QH is the amount of heat rejected at high temperature medium. The COPs, all reversible refrigerators or heat pumps, can be determined by replacing temperature. You can replace this with the temperature. So COP can be expressed in unit of temperature. The higher is the temperature, lesser is the COP. The lower is the highest temperature, more will the COP performance in case of a refrigerator, and same for TL, vice versa. The higher is the TL, the more is the performance of refrigerator, and lower is the value of TL. Lower is the value of TL, low temperature, the lesser is the performance of refrigerator. So these are the highest coefficient of performance that a refrigerator or heat pump can obtain operating between temperature TL and Tn. So we can take here, this is reversible refrigerator based on Carnot engine, Carnot cycle. The coefficient of performance space is 11 in temperature limit of 300 and 275 say Kelvin. If you put this value here, the coefficient of performance is 11. For reversible refrigerator, coefficient of performance is say 7. And impossible refrigerator, which is having more coefficient of performance than reversible refrigerator, is does not exist. So COP of impossible refrigerator is 13. So whatever the efficiencies that lies below the reversible refrigerator, for the actual coefficient of performance of refrigerator is always less than the reversible refrigerator. So here COP of refrigerator is always less than the reversible refrigerator, or it can be equal to reversible refrigerator, but it is impossible, or you can say it is always less than reversible, or it can be equal, or it can be greater, but it is impossible refrigerator. A similar relation can be obtained for heat pumps. So this is all about the quantity and quality of energy and Carnot refrigerator and heat pump. So subscribe this channel, like this video. Thank you for watching this video.